Hello. Dear students, Jai Hind and very good morning. Welcome back to our e-learning session. As you all know, we have been since last few lectures are just trying to make you understand the very important concept of data handling, that is a part of that chapter which we have been discussing in our every lecture, that is probability. Now, dear student, as far as probability is concerned, we have been in last lecture number, if you can verify, lecture number 9, 10, 11. In all those lectures we have been so far discussing about various examples of probability. Okay, today our target, before we start solving few examples based on probability, today you are going to attend in that in lecture number 12. I want to share those important facts regarding probability. Before we start, let's have a proper look at all those important facts regarding probability. Just to mention those facts which you also have listed out, understand in your book. Let us move one by one in all those facts before we start discussing about various problems. If you can understand those important concepts which we have already studied. The first concept, if you can remember, what was that? The sum of all probabilities is always 1. That was the first fact. Should I repeat it because it may be a true false, one line, MCQ, whatever. The sum of all probabilities is always 1. That was the first property of probability. The sum of all probabilities is always 1. Understand? The second fact, the probability of certain event I explain you in our lecture number 11. Those events which are sure and going to happen and does not require any clarification to check their probability. So such sure event or certain event we have discussed the probability of certain event is always one. You must have marked this very important fact. Then the probability of impossible event. That means those events which are never going to take place. So you can simply imply that the probability of an impossible event is always zero. And if you can remember the fourth fact, the probability always lies in the range of 0 to 1. You all know this. And at that time, in previous lecture, I narrated two important statements, if you can remember. I told you at that time that because probability lies in the range of 0 to 1, that implies two important facts, that the probability can never be negative. Second fact, the probability can never be greater than 1. It has to lie in the range of 0 to 1. Okay. Now, dear student, we want to discuss some of the examples. Okay. In today's lecture, the first title of the chapter, chapter 11. Please note down the name of the chapter, data handling. Okay. And in this particular chapter, today you are attending lecture number 12, where we are going to solve few more example as a practice, understand, of probability. Understand? Few more example is our target to discuss in today's lecture. Let me write this particular example here. You can write with me. Okay. And then we will discuss in detail. Okay. Let me write the example for you. This is the example number 1 in today's lecture. Okay. I am writing the example first. 2. Some of the words, dear student, when they are utilized in the example, I will explain you the meaning. What does it mean? Okay. 2. There is some word like this, unbiased. To unbiased die, to unbiased coins, okay, not die. Unbiased, that means they are totally not altered in shape or altered in thickness, whatever. They are looking similar type of coins. Understand, right? So you should not get confused by any such word. You have to think of two coins are tossed. Two coins are tossed once. Okay. Find the Not down the sum, because in this we are going to solve 6 probability. Find the probability of. Then you mark out various probability. Find the probability of getting. Here I am writing this word. Getting. Then it is written 2 heads. I am writing continue here. Getting 2 heads. 1 head. Third. 2 heads, 1 head, 1 tail, then at least 1 head. This word also I need to explain you. At least 1 head. Then fourth, which you are looking for, is, or a fifth, that is at most 1 head. At most 1 head. And then at last no head. Your first duty, dear student, is to just note down the sum first. Note down the sum and then I will explain it to you. Okay? First you just note down the sum, because, and that's why we are always giving 1 or 2 minutes, so that you can write the example properly. And before we start explanation, you can also understand, think by yourself also, a little logic on your part. Understood? What you think, first you also have to try by yourself. 2 head, 1 head, 1 tail, at least 1 head, at most 1 head, and no head. Understand? First you please note down the example, and then we will solve it. Okay? You must have noted down the sum comfortably. To unbiased, this word unbiased should not make any difference to you when you discuss about this sum, are tossed once. Find the probability of getting 2 heads, 1 head, 1 tail, at least 1 head, at most 1 head, and no head. Okay? You must have written the sum. You must have started thinking on the sum. Let us try this sum out. Okay? Now, dear student, whenever you want to solve any particular example, your first target is to look at the sum and trying to find sample space. That is very important. Here, how many coins are tossed? Two unbiased coin means two coins are tossed once. So first, dear student, before you look for all specific probability, you should first list out the sample space. Understand? You can write this way. I think this word also, if you write, I don't mind at all. Okay? Two coins are tossed, so such type of outcome can be possible. On both the coins you may get HH. You understood, dear student? You may get HH. This combination can also be possible. HT. This combination can also be possible. TH. And this combination can also be possible. T. Rest of the combination are not possible at all. HH, HT, TH, TT. These are the possible outcome. So what happened? Your sample size is 4. So whatever specific probability you find, your denominator is equal to 4, as you know. Let us move dear as per options given. First one. What is that? Probability of getting two heads. Let us write, dear student. Please write with me the probability of, please write, probability of getting, what is the first option? Two heads. Dear student, please verify in this outcome where you are getting two heads only one time. That means you will write specific outcome 1 because you are getting one time only upon 4. Okay? So first probability has been clear in your mind. Probability of getting two heads. Okay? Now dear student, let us go for second one. As I already told you that in solving any particular example, I will write the complete statement of the sum once only. Next time when I go for looking for the other probabilities which we have to find here, I am not going to write the full statement. Please take a note of this. Full statement I am not going to write. That statement you have to write with me. I am just putting this way. Now we are looking for one head. So here you have to write, I am putting this way. Probability of getting one head. Dear student, please verify how many times you are getting one head. C. HT one head. TH one head means there are such two outcome where you get one head. So can you write this way? 2 upon 4. Cancellation is possible. 1 upon 2. Then dear student, the third one, probability of getting what has been written here, one tail. Verify where you are obtaining one tail. Again you have to verify both this outcome HT, TH, in both you are getting one tail. So again dear student, 2 upon 4, 1 upon 2. Okay. Then the fourth one, what is written? Now dear student, this is what I need to make your mind clear about. This word is very important. At least, at least one. What is the actual meaning of this? This particular word we need to understand, okay? At least one head. What does it mean? So, dear student, just try to understand this particular phrase. At least. At least means minimum. Just make your mindset very clear about this. At least means minimum. That means if you just modify this word, at least means minimum, so this word can be now spoken as minimum one. Minimum one means it can be one or more than one. You understood? No? Minimum means there can be the existence of more than one also. So when you are speaking, at least one means you have to think of all such outcome where you are getting one head or more than one head. Understood? At least one has this particular meaning. At least one means maybe one, more than one, but never less than one. You understood this? So, how will you just verify this statement? At least one head means it can be one, it can be more than one. So, my dear student, in the fourth option, at least I have to write the word at least one head. So can you see those outcomes where you are getting one head or two head? See 1, 2 and 3. This also you have to consider because at least one means one or more than 1, so there are 3 such outcomes. 3 upon 4. Clear in your mind? Now, the fifth one, at most one head. What is the meaning of this? At one head means, dear student, first you need to understand this particular word, at most one. There, the word I have given there was at least. That means minimum one, at most one, at most means maximum. So this word is now maximum one. Maximum means the highest. So when you say maximum one, this means less than one. Understood? It is going to be counted. Less than one means at most one means one. Maybe less than one, but never more than one. Understand? So can you see such outcome here, where you get at most one. At most one means maybe less than maybe less than one, maybe one, not more than one. So there are which outcome which possess one head, one, two, and TT. This also you have to count because it contains 0 head, and at most one means less than one. So less than one means here 0 head. You have to count this. So dear student, there are, I am writing the word here, at most one head. There are such 3 outcomes which possess 0 head, 1 head, 1 head, 3 upon 4. And the sixth one, that is looking quite simple. No head, so only one output. The probability of getting no head. No head means only tail, 1 upon 4. Before, dear student, we look for the next example and understand involving some more logic. You just have a look at the sum. If anything left to be written, please note down it, and then we will go for another example. Example of the same routine but little different. Okay, first you just verify, and you need to concentrate how to make the outputs, that is how to prepare the sample space, that is very important, and then the 2 important terminology I'll just explain. At least, at most, both these terminology are very very important for you. At least, at most. Understood? So dear student, this is clear in your mind. You must have written the sum comfortably. Okay, let us go another example. We are taking the example of coins only, but it is little different from this. Okay, you should keep in mind both the words which has been explained to you. At least means minimum, at most means maximum. These two words which I spoke just now and I am speaking again and again, carrying much importance. Understood? Let us, dear student, write another sum. Okay? Please note down the example 3. This is very important. 3. Unbiased coins are tossed thrice. There were two coins, oh sorry, were tossed once, not thrice, okay? If you can remember in the previous example, there were two coins which were tossed once. Here, three coins are tossed once. Understood? Then find the probability find the probabilities of getting the first one, dear student. Probability of getting all heads, okay? Then let me write the second one. Probability of getting all heads, one tail, third, two heads. Understood? Fourth, find the probabilities of getting all heads, one tail, two heads, at least one tail, at least one tail, and the last, at the most two heads. Okay, dear student, before I start explaining this sum, please note down the sum properly. Okay? Then I will explain you how to get all outcomes. Understood? That's very important. Because here there is a question of tossing not one coin, three coins are tossed once, so your each outcome is going to be a triplet of three results together. So here it is very important how you prepare outcome, that is very important. How to prepare the outcome, the basic question, dear student, which arise in your mind is how many output can be there. So I am just giving you first the guideline. In the previous example you see, there were two coins tossed one, you got four outcome, you know. So actually, dear student, I am just giving you one particular formula. Please remember this formula, 2 raised to n. This will help you that how many probable outcome can be there, you can easily understand by yourself. In that case, why there were four outcome? Because two coin, number of coin you have to place here. I am not discussing this one, first one. How many coins were there? Two. So 2 raised to 2. What is the answer? 4. So you listed out there in that particular example 4 outcomes. Here how many coins are there? 3. So if you just put this way, again the formula, number of coins 3, 2 raised to 3. What is the answer? 8. So one thing has been clear in your mind, that you will be listing out here how many outcomes? 8 outcomes. Understand, dear student? Be very conscious how to prepare all outcomes. You have to be very conscious regarding all the outcomes. Understand? So, dear student, in this particular example, it is very important for you to first decide sample space, very important. How to determine the sample space? Okay. Concentrate, dear student. How can you decide all possible outcomes? Okay. First, dear student, you list out this output H, H, H. Okay. Means on all the when 3 coins are tossed, suppose you got this way. Okay. Now, dear student, you have to concentrate this way. H, H, T. Means it is possible that you get HHT outcome also. Means on 2 coins you get head and on 1 you get tail. Okay. Then now you can write this way, dear student. H, T, T. Here see, I have taken 2 head, 1 tail. 1 head, 2 tail. Different outcomes. Understood? You need to concentrate on how you are getting the outcomes here. HHH, HT means two head, one T. HTT, H and two tail. Understood? Now, dear student, this is also to list out the outcomes. See, you have written already HHH, HHT, you have written THH. Okay. Now, dear student, this is also possible. H, TH, T, HT. Are you getting HHT, HHH, HHT, HTT, HTH, THT? Understood? Just try to understand one probable outcome. So let me write first TTT. Actually, you have to prepare total how many outcomes? 8 outcomes that you know, 2 raised to 3. Few out we have listed out HHH, TTT that you know, HHT, HTT, HTH, THT. Understand? Now, dear student, you start thinking about the rest of the outcome which are left. Understand? Let me write T H H. This can be the possible outcome. Okay, T H H. H T T we have written. Okay, and one still we have to write T T H. See, dear student, all outcomes has been listed out here. Here in this particular example, you have to think how to make outcomes. You just need to apply your brain. Understood? How to prepare all the outcomes. You understood this. This is the way it becomes possible for you, and here there is no method, you just have to think only. Understand? HHH, then it happened and that on first to coin H and then T, H T T different outcome, H T H possible, T H T possible, T H H, T T H, understand? T T T. These are all possible outcomes we have listed out. Okay. Now let us go for discussing all probability. First, I will write all first statement only. The probability of getting all heads. Just verify your sample space here, and if you verify your sample space, how many time you are getting all head? Just once only. So you will write 1 upon 8. Okay. Second one, 1 tail. So in you just have to verify. Understood? Where you are getting one tail, the probability of getting one tail, okay. Go and verify here one tail. First, then this outcome, you have to find one t here, 1, 2, 3. You understood this? There are such three outcome where you are getting one t, 1, 2 and 3. So you will write 3 upon 8. Just verify, dear student. It's very important. Understood? You need to concentrate on the concept how we are setting. Third one, what is the question is the question is probability of getting two heads. Verify, dear student, all the outcome listed out here. Where you are getting two heads, one, here you got 2h, 2 and 3, okay. So again 3 upon 8. Fourth one, this is again, dear student, the most important word. Can you remind? At least one tail. You all know at least one means one, maybe more than one, never less than one. At least one means minimum one, okay. So you have to think of all outcome where there is one tail, more than one tail. Understand? So did see, dear student, this is first. Let me just verify you. Here there is one tail. Here two tail. We have to consider because at least one. Here one tail. Here two tails. Here one tail. Two tails. Three tails. That means in all the 7 outcome, I am writing the word at least one tail. 7 upon 8. At least you know the meaning of this. Understand, the meaning has been quite clear in your mind, right? Then the fifth one, let me write the probability of getting at most two heads. That means, dear student, you all know the meaning of this now. At most two means maximum two. Understand, maximum 2. That means maybe 2, maybe less than 2, not more than 2. So, can you tell me which outcome you will take in at most 2 head? Understand? So, dear students, see, first, second, at most 2 means maybe less than 2, this one, all 4, at most 2, this also and this also, because 0 head. At most 2, it simply means it can be 2, it can be less than 2, means the 0 head also need to be considered. At most 2 means 2, maybe less than 2 but not more than 2. So again, dear student, here you are getting such 7 outcome. Okay, so 7 upon 8. So the very important thing for you is just list out the sum and verify it first. Okay, first you need to verify it properly. Just concentrate on this. At the time of explanation may not be possible sometime for you to follow me, and that's why a little time to you to understand this particular example. Just have a look at the sum. Understood? If anything left out for you to write, and if anything not understandable, please have a look at this and please verify this. You can understand this sum in this way, right? At least one means you understood. At least one means one or more than one. At most 2 means 2 or less than 2, not more than 2. These two important terminology, at least and at most, will also help you in future. Understand, whenever you are trying to solve such type of examples. You understand this? Okay. Please have a look at this, my dear student. Just have a look at the sum, because this is very important. Understand the given data, and ultimately important is to write the proper outcome. That is very important for you. This is what you need to target. Understand? How can you remember? Should I remind one thing, dear students? See, what is the trick to remember? See, HHH, TTT, that's the clear in mind. Anybody can remember? Then, dear student, how can you remember? You see here both this contrast. Can you see? HHT contrast to this THH. See this to dear student. Here HH first, here HH after, then TT. HTT, TTH, total contrast. And this two so you can remember, HTH, THT. This is the way, dear student, some tricks to remember. You understood this? HHT, contrast. Here H, H and then T, here T, then H, H. H, T, T, here T, T, H. Baki to that you know H, T, H and T, H, T is very easy for you understand to get. Okay? Clear in your mind? So dear student, please concentrate on the concept of probability. That's very important for you to understand this in detail and as I told you, all these examples which I mention here are not described or anywhere given in your regular Prachi textbook. So you have to write all example properly and prepare them for further revision. Okay, dear student. So this way you need to understand this. Okay. So this is clear in your mind. Thank you very much from Bharat sir.